Howdy everyone, welcome on my quest to find the ideal EDC Retro Handheld. Now I've kind of been going down the rabbit hole lately. I had a friend that in Minnesota showed me his little Anbernic. I want to say it was one of the 35XX, one of them, probably. The naming conventions, yeah, RG40xxV something. I thought it was super cool. So I typically prefer collecting, genuine OEM handhelds from like Nintendo and PlayStation and stuff. But I dropped one of my fairly rare ones and broke the screen. And as far as like the Game Boy Color goes, like I have several games that I genuinely enjoy playing, but you have to replace the battery, and it was just like I was losing my save state. Same thing with the PlayStation Portable. I went through a pretty heavy PSP collecting phase, and the little memory card I had for it kept corrupting, and all the games I was using through emulators were messing up as well. So it just seems like this seems like the best option for portable gaming. Now I did give a chance to something like this, just a little controller, little cheap $20 controller off Amazon. I regret not keeping the box, so I could have joined this. But I tried this with my Apple devices because now Apple has emulators that work the way any other emulator does these days, and it's pretty cool. I do like this little controller a lot. I haven't had any issues with it, and it has been pretty nice having it in accompaniment with my iPad mini and my iPhone, because I have a little stand on that, and I pretty much take my iPad mini wherever I go if I'm getting work done or anything like that. So this has been nice, but there are times that nothing really beats just having the handheld complete, the game, the screen, and everything in one device. So this is a nice middle ground, I guess, and it's so compact and tiny that I don't mind taking this with me and using it, but then it takes up one of my devices that I might need to message someone or something. So, I would prefer having something that's just a dedicated device that I can play with, that feels good in the hands and is pocketable. So that kind of sent me down the rabbit hole, like I said. My friend had RG35, whatever, and I just have been checking out Retro Game Core, Tech Dweeb, plenty of other YouTubers, bigger, smaller, and they've all been very helpful in kind of figuring out which ones I should focus on. Now I am torn because there are so many options. I ended up getting these two, and I'm waiting on the MIUI Mini Plus getting here Tuesday, and I'm going to be comparing them. The reason I'm torn is because I really like the Retroid Pocket Classic, but again, I'm torn because it's a little overkill as far as the power. It's a little more expensive than I would ideally like to be spending, but it seems like one of those devices where like you get what you pay for. But we'll find out. I'm going to play with these and see. But I ended up getting the RG40xxV from Anbernic because it has the same screen size, so I want to see how I feel about that. And I was curious about the analog stick as well. I've heard it doesn't run PSP and N64 super great, so it's limited by its power, and then I've heard the analog stick is just okay. We're going to find out. And then a lot of people really promote the Brick as just an everyday carry, like this is the one that they keep choosing. So I'm curious. But I'm also tentative because I saw the reviews on Amazon for this, and it seems like it's hit or miss in terms of like more consumers' actual experience with it, but we'll see. The highest rated one out of pretty much all the retro handhelds I've seen, at least online, is the MIUI Mini Plus. Has 300 plus 4 or 5-star reviews. These other ones are a little iffier, and even how Amazon sometimes has this is a frequently returned device. So I'm keeping all those things in mind because that's, it helps to know what other people think. But I also am the type of person that will absolutely take advantage of a corporation's return policy. I would abuse the shit out of Best Buy's return policy. I still continue to do that as well. I'll pick it up, play with it in the return window, and return it if I don't like it. And sometimes I'll buy several of those devices, see which one I want. That way I am genuinely satisfied with my purchase, and then return the others. I don't care. But with that in mind, I also don't mind buying open box. I don't see an issue, especially if it's in good condition. Usually it's cheaper, sometimes it's not. So that does affect, you know, that decision. But let's go ahead and continue with the unboxing. We'll see if we can get a first impression. I don't even know if these are gonna have battery or not, but I'm very excited to see how they feel in the hand. I do notice that this one only has one tape holding it in, and then the box is like upside down with the back, which is weird. But I mean, I wouldn't make that decision. This doesn't look like it has any tape at all holding it in, so I mean, okay. That's one way to do it. All right, we are looking at the Anbernic RG40xxV. All right off the bat, I love this blue. I did not like how it looked in the pictures online. This is a meaty boy. This is a meaty boy. Okay, buttons feel fine. A little clicky. Analog stick feels fine. It's got a click to it as well, which is cool. I like the D-pad. Shoulder buttons are fine. It's not super heavy. I can imagine playing this for a while and not getting fatigued. I am curious. I've seen comparisons online with, you know, a Game Boy and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well. I'll be right back. I've got a PSP. I don't remember which model I bought. It should say on here. It does not. But I got the kawaii pink PSP. Oh man, this thing looks gigantic compared to these already. But I'm getting older, man. My eyes ain't what they used to be. So that might help. I just cannot believe how gigantic that screen is compared to an old school little Berry Game Boy. And I've been collecting for quite a while. This only cost me $20 about 10 years ago. It's a little bit of a bummer how expensive OEM stuff has become. I understand as far as like collecting in general has just become kind of a shit show. Let me go ahead and cut this real quick. Get this out of the way. So I am curious. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just compare these for you real quick. Right. I can leave this right here. I mean, nothing smaller than that little controller. I want to turn it on, but I'm gonna go ahead and wait until I open this one. Oh man, I am very I love fun-sized things. I'm a pretty fun-sized guy. I'm only 5 feet tall, but I get it. I could see why already people like this little thing in terms of just pocketability alone. It looks so much bigger in other people's YouTube videos that, because I got little baby hobbit hands. This is super cute. I really like it already. Shit. I don't know. We'll play with it, but I'm also a sucker. I might keep 2 of these. Have a little travel guy, and have a big boy for at home sessions. Okay, let me see. Let's go ahead and get these compared. So, wow, man. It's smaller than the Game Boy with a massive screen, 3.2 inches, I believe. I love the OG Game Boy, man. It's so fun. But you get these shoulder buttons. I was a little concerned with these based on some reviewers. They say you can like remove them and replace them with several options. One's stuck to the bag here. So it's nice that they come with extras. My worry is that they are gonna pop off and might lose them. This one came with a charger. So points for the brick. I bought them, I wanna say they were roughly about the same price with shipping and stuff. Oh, it looks like this comes with a charger. My bad. Oh, there's a little manual. Emmanuel. Yeah, okay, my bad. That was pretty discreet. USB-C to USB-A. I prefer white accessories. I'm just tired of all the black and silver. Even white in general. That's why I got the colorful ones. I do like, man, both of these look really nice in white as well. Okay, that's it for the box. We got these extra shoulder buttons. So for arranging by size. All right, let's go ahead and see if this has power. I'm assuming I have to hold it. Okay, that one's launching. TrimUI. It does feel solid. It feels like a little tank. This feels more like a genuine Game Boy. Very plasticky. It might be lighter actually, because the batteries in here do add a little heft. Oh, this launches straight into games. We got a Bomberman collection. This screen is gorgeous. FC multi-cartridges, nostalgic mini games. I'm gonna click B. Best recent. Favorites, games, ports. So I did hear this has some ports like Balatro and stuff. The last reviewer I saw said that it doesn't play amazingly, but the fact that it can play it's cool. I haven't tried it, but my friend already seems like he's hooked. Stardew Valley's pretty cool. Celeste Classic, that's cool. I didn't even know that. I don't know what that is, but games. All right. Okay. Sound is all right. Let's see. I kind of wish it would show me how loud it's getting. I'm assuming that's 100%. Let me see if they've got nothing on there. Okay. All right. Well, my bad. I'm realizing that this one lists how many games are on here. My issue with these devices is like, I'm not really the kind of person that plays a ton of stuff like, I don't even know what PGM is, PCE, Pico 8. Okay, PSP, cool. Let's see what they got. Third birthdays, zombie aliens, Beef Escape. So I have quite a few choices here. All right, well, not the greatest choices, but we could try God of War, see if it even launches. Okay, I clicked A. I know it still has a screen protector on. I'm gonna leave that on. We'll see if I decide I want to keep this or not. The learning curve for me will be learning the system menus and stuff. I believe you click 2 of these to get back to the main menu. While that's launching, I'll go ahead and see if the Anbernic has power or not. Okay. Alright, now this is a little loud, which is cool. It gets pretty decently loud. New game, heroes fine. Game rooms, app center, favorites, search. I will say I love how big this screen is. It already seems way more comfortable to like look at and game on. PSP games. I wonder if they have. Oh, they have it. Okay, well. Wow. That's pretty loud. I'm gonna turn this one up. Okay. So this one's definitely louder and clearer, but it's a way bigger device, so it doesn't surprise me. One YouTuber said that, I don't know if it was a comment or early YouTuber, but that for such a small device, you're better off having a quality mono speaker than having a stereo set, because it can't really accomplish the stereo, you know, spectrum, whatever. And I do like this speaker already. I'm gonna go ahead and click it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So. All right, this is a little rough, but it is playing. I don't really know how to mess with like how good it looks. Maybe if I go to settings, rendering resolution, PSP 1080. I actually don't remember what the, I'll just do 2x because I don't know how crazy this will be to run. I don't know if it needs a second to load, but it is a little choppy now. I'll put it back. Auto 1-to-1. Okay. That gives it the letterboxing, but I don't mind that. It looks a little sharper now. Let's see this. Okay, so I can already tell, just even if that's not the greatest analog stick, I can tell the difference just having to use the D-pad. Like, I can imagine this being kind of annoying after a while. But the fact that I can play it at all is pretty cool. This seems to be running much better. This is struggling over here. I don't know if I messed it up by messing with the settings, but I believe it was at PSP 1X. Okay, that's much better. So this isn't bad. This is playable. I could imagine that if I did have the Retroid Classic Pocket Classic, whatever, the power behind it must be pretty helpful and significant in terms of how this would run. I do like having the analog stick though, and being able to use that. But I'm gonna come back down and sit. The Brick is playing just fine though. Okay, you know what? I think we're good there. Maybe if I click power. Okay, clicking power turns it into sleep mode. I'll have to play with it and figure out the brightness and all those settings and stuff, but off the bat, I like how solid and tiny this is. I could see why people choose this for their EDC, but I will say I really enjoy how large and comfortable this is, plus the analog stick. At least my initial impressions, it's fine. Like, it might not be the kind of analog stick that, you know, is ideal. I heard it's the terms I've been learning is cardinal something. I don't even remember, but it acts like a D-pad. But I still would prefer having an analog stick over a D-pad for certain games, regardless. It just seems like no matter what device you choose, there's a trade-off. And I'm split because this doesn't technically run all PSP and N64, and like, I guess trying to identify what my goals are with the device. I would really like to be able to run PSP stuff because I have one and I feel like I can't even really take advantage of it. So it'd be nice if I had something that could just do all of these things, because these are the main things I want to play. Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and PSP. Maybe some N64 stuff, you know. But it doesn't seem like these are what that's really meant for in terms of like with the analog stick and the power that it has. So this seems like the better option just to manage Game Boy and Game Boy Advance and stuff, because that's probably all I'll end up playing. Maybe some PlayStation 1. I missed out on that growing up, so there's that. And then for stuff like GameCube and PS2, potentially I guess PSP, if this doesn't get the job done, I'm really excited for the ROG Ally X with the Xbox button and everything. That seems like the kind of device that would be competitive to the Steam Deck while being more powerful and whatnot. So I'm waiting to see on that. So my theory and my thought process coming into this is I want a device that'll be pocketable, that can handle the smaller consoles and retro stuff, and then I assume I'll get something, either wait for the second Steam Deck, which I've heard might be a couple years away, or I'm really hopeful that the new Xbox handheld will be like everything I could want in a strong gaming handheld. These middle ground ones, just, I don't know if they're something I really need right now. But I also know myself that once I start going into a hobby, I tend to be like, why not just have both? Why not? So we'll see what I end up deciding, but I am looking forward to getting the Miyoo Mini Plus. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video after I played with them all. I don't know if I'd bother with an unboxing with that as well. Would have been nice if I had all three, but I'm gonna be honest, I was just a little too eager and I want to play with them already. But I can do a pocket test. So what I typically wear is these like stretchy shorts, but they have pretty decent pockets to where they'll fit my phone, which I'm using to record. But I'll go ahead and there's no need to even test it. This thing will fit. It's not too big and bulky. Pocket's not too bad. It is square. You got a Game Boy in your pocket? Are you just happy to see me? It's a TrimUI Brick. And then this one is the thing that worried me about this device. Even though I like the color, I like that it had an analog stick, is the analog stick itself. I don't know how great it'll be to pocket, but oh dude, it's no problem at all. It's a cheap device, so who cares if the analog stick gets caught and stuff. I don't carry anything in my pockets. The reason I'm looking for an EDC is because I have a pocket to carry something like this, and honestly, it's not too bad. It's a little hard to see with the angle, but like, I wear big shirts, I wear a fanny pack, that's pretty much my EDC, and this isn't that bad. Just like a phone, which I'm gonna hold it up. Sorry, I'm blocking your view, but honestly, it's not bad. I'll give it a few days, try it, play with them both, see how I'm feeling. But as far as being compact and having the power I guess I would need for just Game Boy and stuff, I could see why this is a popular choice. So yeah, that's my unboxing, my first impressions. Let me know what you think about these devices if you have them. Any other devices you would recommend? I want vertical, so that's kind of my thing. I just love the Game Boy, and you know, if I'm gonna be playing Game Boy games, I want to have this feeling. I don't mind these horizontals, but they're just okay to me. I don't know. They don't really excite me in a way that, you know, my first handheld was a Game Boy Color, so console in general actually. So I like this. Oh, I'm realizing there's 2 USB-Cs on this as well. I'm assuming one is to charge, and then you can plug it in for video out. Oh, this has the same thing. It's got a USB-C to charge, a headphone jack, and HDMI out, HDMI mini. Which, I don't love that. I would prefer the USB-C to HDMI, because I have those ready. And I don't know what this little hole is. It's like a little microphone or something, maybe? But that's my unboxing. My first impressions. Just let me know what you guys think. Sorry I rambled a lot. This is all very new to me. But if you liked the video, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll try to post soon and let you guys know how I've been feeling. So yeah, have a good one.